So on the theme of if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I think there's a lot of calls for ways that the current Scope 2 standard could be improved upon. There's also now a lot of calls and claims that if it moves forward in a way that is as restrictive as a 24/7 physical deliverability matching, or else it doesn't count to your accounting, that puts a lot of corporate buyers, a lot of voluntary buyers at risk. So you are one of those buyers. I know you're close to that community. Just curious your take on, in the event we go through something that is highly restrictive, what do you think the impact is on the voluntary markets? Is the concern overblown, or is it real?
I think it's real. I think it greatly restricts the ability to procure. It greatly restricts the options and the optionality side on looking for developers in a multitude of markets. So competitive supply, I think, is another piece of that. And the other piece too, I think, relative to adding complication could potentially injure the market, I think, more broadly. And I think in a lot of ways, when you think about a footprint like ours, as diversified as it is, right? When you think about those 1,014 locations that we have just here in the US among the 4,200 locations that we have globally today, uh, in a lot of ways, being able to procure renewable energy in some sort of an impactful way, we have to take that load, bundle it, and put it in the markets where it's going to have the most impact, right? So never going to be able to do something in a way where, hey, yeah, I can track 24/7, and I can, look at the data here, and I can crunch the numbers, and I can look at how much power I'm consuming on an individual 5-minute or hourly basis or whatever it is. That's all great, but can we actually execute on trying to cover that up with renewable energy procurement that is having a cause and effect in the marketplace today? So I'd say broadly, from a concerns perspective, what I'm hearing in the market from a lot of the buyers today that we work with on a regular basis, and companies that we work with in various organizations, associations, things of that nature, kind of similar feelings on, are we actually going to be able to have a cause and effect in being able to do some sort of an impactful procurement in an emerging economy, or in a new market, or in an existing market where they have a significant load today, but they might not have all of their load. I think the jury's out on that, right? On whether or not there's going to be a cause and effect, or whether or not the market's going to be effective or not. If we actually have these standards as a requirement. I think the other thing too is it's going to call into question, are there better standards for individual businesses, right? Can you start to apply and build practices that work better and function more for your business? And I think businesses are going to be taking a good hard look at, should we be thinking about alternative measures here and how we do our impact measuring on our broader carbon accounting. I have to tell you, I do believe that the WRI has laid out an incredible standard over the years. They have done a great job, not only on the Scope 2 accounting stuff, but even how it's augmented in Scope 3 today. Yeah, we always say that there could be room for improvement. Well, everything needs room for improvement, right? And I think in a lot of ways, from an impact and perspective, and how we just broadly think about market dynamics and things on that front, one thing is clear: this program, these metrics, this accounting standard has helped us build what we have built today with the procurement and the aggregations that these businesses have done. So I would say, as complication happens, as things come into play, as improvements happens, we should allow for improvements in the broader standards. There's no question for that. But it also has to make sense and fit the markets that we're in today and for the future, as businesses look to go and set their own goals and go out and procure in the marketplace today.